Hey guys, it's Monday, 16th March, and I haven't done a video for a while, so I said, let me look at the charts and maybe try and understand what's going on a little bit at the moment. Alright, so I just want to go back to basics, basically, which is basically how long was a bear market before. In 2017, it was around a year. In 2021, around a year. So now, and I'm being generous because basically we topped here. I mean, now it seems like there still is around 4 more months, 4 or 5 more months. But we might, I think, be in for a rally because our RSI on the 3-day is touching 40, which is a good sign. Alright, why is it a good sign? Because let's say if you go here, so last time we hit 40 was April 7. Okay, so this was April 7. Maybe something like that. As we're approaching the RSI of 30, and you know, this might take us all the way to the bottom of the bear market. It's interesting what's going on. Technically, maybe you can have a year bear market, but the low doesn't necessarily have to be the last day of that year. Maybe, who knows? I mean, this could be a sign of scarcity in play, new money coming in. I'm not sure. So it's interesting, but or I guess not to get overly bullish. If you were to go, let's say here. So this one we saw. This one goes up as well. This one is quite a big one actually. So let me go on this one. To be a little bit more conservative, but this goes up. I mean, in this case, I don't know where we come to, but we do hit 424,000. And in this fractal it says end of this year. Whatever. Okay, so let's just check one more. Maybe this could be, I mean, look at all these examples of what happens when the RSI is where it is at the moment. It's a good sign over here. This follows exactly the same path. Alright, so this is one option, but the second option is this, that let's say we get rejected at 40 and it goes down. And now we have to stay going back down to probably around 22. So that's gonna deflate the market a little bit. And that will probably take us all the way through the next few months. And then we'll get a push to 70. So it's like one is really overly bearish and the other is, I don't know, maybe because of scarcity and new money somehow coming into the market. Okay, so this is a little bit about Bitcoin. I mean, if we zoom in, see what's going on. You know, with these charts, this normally always happens. And then it resets again. So something like this could happen, which is fine. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I mean, that's bearish with something happening around end of March, resolving around end of March. So we'll know, let's say it does this, or let's say can do that. You know, and then that would be breaking out of this ascending wedge. But it needs to do something, I guess. Alright, so this is Bitcoin. I think I wanted to look at also on-chain. So on-chain made a jump. We hit 0.2 and now we're at 0.57. Last time we're at 0.57. Price was it doesn't say. Much lower basically. 0.57. Why does it show the price? It says the market cap only. Anyways, I mean we're at lows. If we trend up, this will go up. And if we follow that bearish fractal from 2022 FTX basically. So I mean if Sailor were to something happened to Sailor or something happened to Fundstrat, or if I don't know, in general something shakes, probably we could go trend into the zero. But if nothing, I mean, panics the market, then there's no reason to think why Bitcoin can't follow that fractal, which we saw before. So now might be a good time to get in basically. Alright, so quick one on MSTR. So we got below this interesting, line, which is both support and resistance. And now it's flipped to support. Just delete that. So now it's flipped to support. And the fractal of MSTR by now in the prior bear market would have capitulated. Instead, MSTR is showing signs that it's going to resolve this base, which is, it's definitely a base, it's 68%. Huge. I mean, it should definitely, the price of MSTR eventually at some point in the future should hit 240. If it hits it between now and May, I don't know, but there's a good chance it could hit before May, simply because it's not capitulating down into our limit order areas. All right, so that means you're either going to sell in May on an MSTR pump or buy in May. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Point is, there's reason to think that 250, 220 MSTR pump we'll see, but we should also have limit orders in areas below this line. All right, so if MSTR goes up and isn't capitulating, then I don't think Bitcoin's going to capitulate, because MSTR really fronts Bitcoin. You can tell. In prior videos, we looked at this. So if this is going up, or at least holding, Bitcoin should hold as well, I guess. Let's just see the RSI. RSI is at 40 as well, 39, about to hit 40, got rejected at 41, came back down to 38, 40. That's what you want to see. If MSTR was at 36, I would actually be thinking that BTC now is probably going to get rejected at that 40 level. So it's a good sign that MSTR has turned up from 38 to 40. And now we'll see if it will start pushing towards 50 and above. All right, so let me just have a look at some coins, because so much has happened and I have no idea what the hell is going on. So, by the way, this is a really interesting coin. It's moving quite well. Anyways, I was gonna buy here because I remember the 3-day. Where's the 3 days? Somewhere here. Exactly. Or here. It could have been here as well. And I was like, it's hitting the 50. I think it's a good buy. And I said, no, it's not gonna go up 2x. Anyways, I'm gonna look at this coin. In fact, I have my alerts here in case I was wrong. I had said if I'm wrong, it will hit 7 or 8. So we'll see if those go off. And now I'm thinking it might even go up higher. So I'm just gonna put up one 11, 12. All right. So let's see what's happening with Doge. Doge nothing much. We're coming down 39. Wait, we're looking at the month here. Let's look at 2 days. All right, so decent, not bad. Doge. Making a 10, 33, nothing special. All right, so these are my BTC trades. As you see, I try to layer in as much as I can. Here, I'll explain this in another video. This was my hodl stop, and it coincided more or less with the bottom. But since then, I've been layering in again, and now these at least they're back in profit. So we'll see. And I have a couple of sells at 67. This is euro. 71, 81, 88, and 98. Now there's a reason I think that price can go up to 98. But I'm not sure if I'm totally comfortable not to sell these two. Because these might be unnecessary sells, because the price will probably go up to this level if it's gonna go to 98, 99. Anyways, this is what I have planned for BTC. Virtual, we got in at this level around, I think, almost here. Since then we're up, which is a good sign. I've been hearing a lot about this coin Tau, and it does look interesting because I think it has similar stuff to Bitcoin. So anyway, I saw this at here, breaking out of 50, took a position, and now it's up 58%, so pretty good. So this is Tau. Let's see what's happening. As you can see, guys, so if you have a base, you buy, you set your sells here when the base has formed and the price is somewhere here. You have sell, buy limit orders all the way down at this price, and you're thinking price is now 68% up and my orders are 25% and 38% below here, this price. But the price eventually does come down, and then it does give you that relief rally if you wanted to sell into, in this case, a strong base, so that then you can buy back in again here. And if you were really looking at this chart, you would have bought this as well. But I have done the mistake of being a little bit too relaxed. So this is why I decided maybe not to get in here. And then maybe I saw this as a sign of strength because it was a higher low. So the RSI where it was, took a position and worked out. Now I can sell it again, but I don't mind. I'm gonna hold this coin because it's got a lot of, this is 54%, 33%, 26. So I mean, this level here should hit, you know. All right, so this is Tau. So we is doing all right. Let's go down. Let's go up to the day. So he's breaking out of the 50. Currently, this trade is up 20%, but I'm looking to exit at 58% profit. SPX, I don't know, I bought this coin thinking it was gonna have more volatility, but it's quite a boring coin. Having said that, it's about to come into the 40 the 40 range. So I'm just gonna set up few alerts. See what's going on with it. I recently lowered to secure this because I was in this for so long and only 20%, and I was like, that's it, I'm out. Sheeb, I think Sheeb hasn't moved, but interesting. Sheeb is coming close to the 40. Render looking like a good trade is coming in. Why? Because we broke out of the 40 range. So I got in as we were coming into the 40 range, out on the 50, and now it looks like this trade should possibly see 80 or 120, 153, I don't know how I set it up. So our render's looking good. I'll just set up an alert. Yeah, render KT. pump euro. So I have high hopes for this coin. I think it should be a good one. But again, not much going on with it at the moment. We are on the 40 though. Polygon, just waiting for it to move. Pepe coin, just on the 40, that's a good sign. Maybe we're going to see something in Pepe soon. Pendle, same thing, out of the 50. NIA looking good. So NIA has 46% if I exit now, which again closed off this small base over here. So technically you can sell. But we are on the daily about to hit breakout, of 50, which is a good sign for some higher prices. If we look at the 3 days, also the same. Weeks at 40. Last time we were at a minimum, I would say pump, you'd get a 40%, which is what we're at the moment, 49%. So I don't know, we'll see. Looks good though. Altcoin link. ICP coming back into 40, expecting good things from ICP. CC, nothing going on. Bonk. Alright, I think Bonk looks like it should go up as the 3-day comes into the 40. Hopefully we'll see something from Bonk. Alright, I'm coming to the end, and it's also 20 plus minutes, so what's up? Nothing. Alright, so that's the end of this video. I hope you found it useful. Thanks guys. Ciao ciao.